Joining us now is Ginika Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Ginika.
I know you were going to call me my full name today. Well, happy Easter Monday. It was excellent. Happy Easter Monday, Tundra Biola.
Happy Easter, OG.
Happy Easter, Rufai.
Oh, you're feeling this your turtleneck, right?
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, well, thank you. Good morning to you, viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In the United States, authorities in South Carolina are investigating a shooting at a nightclub on Sunday that wounded at least 9 people. The incident followed another shooting at a house party in Pittsburgh that left 2 minors dead and at least 8 more people wounded. The shooting in South Carolina was the second mass shooting in the state and the third in the nation during the Easter holiday weekend. In the United Kingdom, hundreds of supporters of ousted Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan rallied in London to show their support after Khan denounced results of the votes that removed him from office, declaring that his ousting was supported by the United States government. In France, a 116-page report published by investigative website Mediapart over the weekend revealed accusations by the European Union's anti-fraud body, alleging that presidential candidates Marine Le Pen and several of her party members, including her father, embezzled the sum of 620,000 euros while serving as members of the European Parliament. The claim comes a week before the second round of the presidential election, slated for April 24, in which Le Pen will go head-to-head with President Emmanuel Macron. Under sports, Nigeria's track and field athlete Favor Ofili over the weekend broke the national record for women's 200 meters dash as she clocked a sensational 21.96 seconds to finish first at the Jones Memorial Stadium in Gainesville, Florida, to retire Blessing Okagbere's 22.04 seconds record, which was achieved at the West Kitley Invitational in 2018. Aside breaking the national record, the 19-year-old also became the first Nigerian woman to run under 22 seconds in a 200 meters sprint, only the second woman in African history to achieve the feat. And Nigeria's Flamingos beat their Egyptian counterparts 4-0 at home on Sunday to secure a first-leg advantage ahead of the final round of the Under-17 FIFA World Cup qualifier series. The Under-17 World Cup is slated to take place in India from October 11th till the 30th.
My baby, my Valentine. If you leave me a good time.
Finally, under entertainment, Afrobeats singer Chukwuka Ekwani, popularly known as CK, over the weekend performed his global hit song, Love Wantinti, to excited fans at the world's most popular music festival, Coachella. The multiple award-winning artist joined a host of celebrities that graced day one of the festival, which took place at the Empire Polo Club in Indio, California. CK now joins other Afrobeats musicians, Sheung Kuti, Burna Boy, and Mr. Easy as the only Nigerian artist to have performed at Coachella.
Well, let's begin what's trending. Nigerians continue to react to the state pardon granted to Joshua Dariye, former governor of Plateau, and Jolly Nyame, former governor of Taraba State, by President Muhammadu Buhari. Nyame was sentenced to a 12-year jail term for diverting 1.64 billion naira during his tenure as governor of Taraba State, while Dariye received a 10-year sentence for a 1.126 billion naira fraud. Well, on Sunday, the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, described the state pardon as a disservice to the judiciary, alleging that the 2 former governors were granted pardons so they can help the All Progressives Congress in the forthcoming general election, while senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, called for equal rights for criminals and for all petty thieves to also be released from jail. Let's take a listen before we take some reactions.
The man came to power and said, I'm going to fight corruption today. governors that have been jailed. You now say you want to pay after stealing billions of naira. And somebody asked me this morning, Mr. Falana, what is your reaction? I have no reaction. So what do you mean? My reaction is that all criminals, all thieves, all petty thieves in our prisons should be released. All. You know why? You know why? Because under Section 17 of their Constitution, there shall be equality, equal rights for all citizens. And Section 42 of their Constitution says there shall be no discrimination on the basis of class, gender, whatever. So you can't take out two people on the basis of the fact that they belong to the ruling party. It's illegal. You take them out and leave the rest there. I can assure you, if the government does not release others, and I'm going to suggest to lawyers whose clients are likely to be left in custody to go to court and challenge the discriminatory treatment meted out to their own clients.
This has elicited a lot of reactions, Tunde Abiola. I believe this happened on Friday, and over the weekend, a lot of people were talking about the fact that it is immoral for the president to have done that. But, you know, the law is proof that, the president has the moral justification or the right to pardon these governors. I don't know what your take is, but I believe that I'm going to side with Femi Falana on this.
Yeah, I'm just going to call, once again, for the 1999 Constitution to be binned, quite frankly. Because according to the 1999 Constitution, yes, the president has pretty much unfettered rights to pardon whoever he wants. The only slight qualification is Section 175, is it? Subsection 3, I believe.
5.
That talks about the Council of State. Is it subsection 5? Yes. So that's the little qualification that exists, that he should grant these pardons on the advice of the Council of State. There's no other parameter, and I think that there should be. I think the pardon should be granted based on maybe judicial excesses, or if it serves a greater public good, such as the pardoning of Obafemi Awolowo at some point. We had the pardoning of, Yakubu Gowon. Otherwise, it can be abused and it can be used, this power of pardon, for really personal sort of parochial interests that don't serve the country at all. And in this case, I'm not suggesting that this is personal to President Muhammadu Buhari, because nothing suggests that he has a relationship with either of these two governors. But the crimes for which they were convicted are really serious crimes. We're talking about 1.6 billion naira. Not like 2,000 naira, that has some people languishing in prison for years, which is where Femi Falana's egalitarian point comes in. And apart from just being egalitarian, it would serve a practical purpose to release those petty thieves and decongest our prisons. But this is just not a Nigerian phenomenon, I want to stress, because I remember Bill Clinton pardoned his brother, or half-brother, Roger Clinton, for some cocaine crime that he'd been convicted of, and that was a scandal. He pardoned Mark Rich, this billionaire fugitive, was a huge scandal. And also Donald Trump pardoned a man who was guilty of criminal contempt with a racist undertone.
Yes.
So that case, that was a huge scandal as well. So I do think presidents need to be a lot more responsible in the way they go about dispensing these pardons.
Yes, and the River State governor made a statement which Garba Shehu has responded to. He said that it is a disservice to the judiciary. Let's take Garba Shehu's tweet. Well, he wrote, "I do not see the moral justification for Governor Wike's criticism of the decision of the government to pardon Governor Dariye and Nyame at a meeting to which he was duly invited but did not attend. The River State Deputy Governor, Ekpalibo Banjigo, who joined the Council of State meeting, virtually switched off her camera, so it was difficult to determine whether she sat behind a dark screen or just walked away after first joining. Well, if the governor felt so strongly about the pardons, the right was for him or his representative to sit through the meeting and assert views. This they did not do. A press release after the meeting is Bole Kaja politics. Bole Kaja politics.
Dr. Abati, okay, that's your word.
Let us put it like this. Okay, you read.
Yeah, Bole Kaja presidency. I've been reading you for a while. Those are your words, Bolekaja.
Let's put it like this. Presidential pardons are usually very controversial.
Yeah.
And the major criticism in the literature is that, presidents, usually grant these pardons without restraint. There's a very famous essay on that subject, whether it's in the US or it is in Nigeria. Because one, there are basic grounds on which a president can exercise, the right of a prerogative of mercy. He can use his discretion based on the advice of the Council of State, as is the case in Nigeria. But the recommendations will have been made to the president, of course, by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. And then that process has spelled out in Section 175, subsections 1 to 6. It's a matter of law. The second thing is that, he can do so on the grounds of public policy. Okay? And many Nigerians are asking, what is the public policy behind this? You will recall the controversial case of DSP Alami Yesega when President Jonathan was there. That was even very controversial. And it's not only Governor Wike who has criticized the decision. Okutekpa SAN, maintained the same position. You've quoted Femi Falana, SAN. There's also Michael Zekome, SAN. Yes. Michael Zekome, in fact, was saying that the Council of State erred in law because the offense committed by the two governors were state offenses. And under the Constitution, it's only the governor of Taraba and the governor of Plateau that could grant them pardon. And then, of course, you have Okutekpa, Femi Falana, Father Matthew Hazan Kuka, Bishop Matthew Hazan Kuka, in the homily, in the controversial homily in which he was saying that Nigeria is broken. He also devoted a paragraph to it. And he said something close to what Falana SAN said, that there are many innocent people who are languishing needlessly in detention centers and prisons, and that such persons should be identified and freed. So I don't think there will ever come a time when state pardon would not be controversial. And in this particular case, it looks like even the EFCC, according to some reports, some members there are protesting that a lot of money was spent.
Yes.
A lot of investigation was done. And this matter was just concluded in one of the cases, how many years back now? Maybe just 2 years ago. Yeah. Only for them to be freed almost immediately. So the question, the moral question that it raises is that, is it because they are members of the APC or is it because they are prominent persons? And I guess when Father Matthew Kuka was writing that is homily, Easter homily, he had all of this at the back of his mind when he was saying that the only thing that works in Nigeria under the Buhari administration is corruption. But my take in all of this is that, look, government should not just dismiss the concerns raised by these persons, whether they are lawyers or they are clerics, but just to take it as feedback. And I always say it's not everything you respond to. Sometimes you just ignore certain things where the president has not broken any law, the Council of State has not broken any law, but people are bound to express their concerns. And it's not, I don't think it's proper to then say, shut up. You don't have the right to say anything. You have no moral justification to criticize what the president has done. Once it's a fait accompli, once it is done, of course, the people have a right to express themselves as stakeholders.
Well, I think one of the outrage, the basic outrage is the fact that President Muhammadu Buhari came saying that he's going to fight corruption. So that's really the issue here.
But with this, we have lost the legitimacy to fight corruption. Because, you see, we have something called the Corruption Perception Index. Perception, half the time or most of the time, amounts to reality. You know what the international community will say? That somebody like a Jolly Nyame was pardoned, a case that spanned for a while, a case of Joshua Dariye too. Apart from that, we also talked about the fact that, yes, the Attorney General's office compiled this, and I don't want to even see a partisan slant to it, because Atuche, that was just convicted last year, his name too was pushed forward.
But he didn't sail through.
But he didn't sail through. A former bank employee that his conviction was just completed was sailed forward. So when you look at that, and these are very chronic cases, and you wonder what is happening here. But for me, it goes back to what Tundu said, that we need to be in the 1999 Constitution. Because the Nigerian president is more than a monarch. He's an emperor. And that's why you see everybody want to kill themselves for who to be president. Every Tajatero out there is in the race.
What is Tajatero?
Tajatero means every fisher they meet out there wants to be president, because once you become president of Nigeria, all your life problems are, you're an emperor. And albeit for that 4 years, you can do and undo. And that's why a lot of people have been saying, we must devolve power, we must restructure, we must make the center less powerful. Because you can just go ahead, pardon people that have committed crimes against the state. How would you want those EFCC lawyers to feel that went to court year in, year out for over 10 years in the Dariye case, in the Jolly Nyame case, using state funds? And at the same time, we are so quick to say that, oh, EFCC does not record any success in corruption cases. But the successes EFCC have recorded, what have you done? You've squashed them with just a pardon. So you waste government money on one front, and in the end, you squash everything. So, and you are saying you are fighting corruption. That's why a lot of people still think it's a ruse. But it's not only the PDP government. It's not only the APC government. The PDP government who had their own fair share. Just like a lot of people felt alarmed when Alarms was pardoned. Because...
I see what you did there.
Yeah. They felt alarmed when Alarms was pardoned.
Yeah.
Because that case was an indictment on Nigeria. Because it was a show of shame. It was the British authority. We all know the case of how somebody dressed like a woman, skipped bail, was repatriated, came back to Nigeria, and we all know the corruption that happened.
All right.
Anyway,
so please, let's stop deceiving ourselves.
Yes.
Well, don't be surprised if before the shadow elections in the parties, the primaries, you suddenly see a poster somewhere, Jolly Nyame for president.
I will not be surprised. You know,
or Joshua Dariye for president.
You know I wouldn't be surprised.
And some people will come out and say they have adopted him. That in fact, those two gentlemen are the best for Nigeria. And you never know. You never know.
Stranger things have happened.
You know, Dr. Bati, in your words, this bole kaja politics will play.
All right, then. We should take another story. Over the weekend, a Nigerian tourist, Zainab Oladende, took to social media to call out Warere Beach Hotel in Zanzibar, Tanzania, accusing them of neglect, alleging that she was robbed and almost raped during her stay at the hotel. Zainab, while narrating her ordeal, said she arrived in Zanzibar for her birthday on the 16th of April last year and alleged that in the wee hours of April 18th, an unidentified man snuck into her room and tried to rape her. She said over $1,000 of her money was also stolen. Zainab also alleged that she reported the incident to the Zanzibar authorities and they did next to nothing to help her and even accused her of lying. While the management of the hotel in Zanzibar has released a statement reacting to her claim, stating that when the incident happened, it filed a report with the police and that the police report indicated that Zainab's case was a personal one and was not a result of negligence on the part of the hotel. Well, you know that incident happened in April. Let's take a quick listen to Zainab's video that she recorded while she was in Zanzibar before we come back for a reaction real quick.
I'm currently in Zanzibar. Yes. This man, he said I should get out of this police station. They tried to rape me at the hotel, Warere Beach Hotel. They tried to rape me, they tried to kill me, strangle me, and then they robbed me of my $1,100. I've been here, this is 3 p.m. This is 18th of April, 2021. I've been here, and these are the police officers. Please leave me alone. Do not touch me. Do not touch me at this point. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. You are alive. And this man said I should leave. I should get out. You want to beat me? You want to beat me? You want to beat me? You want to touch me? I took a picture outside the police station, just showing the building. I took this picture showing the building of the police station. But then, this policeman wearing orange down here, he said that they should not take me to the hospital because I took a picture of this police station. I took a picture of this police station, and this man is saying they shouldn't take me to the hospital. Now, these are the people that came from the hotel with me. This is the taxi driver, and this is the taxi supposed to take me to the hospital. So I'm here. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Nungwi police station in Tanzania. That's where I am at the moment.
Well, this is so I don't even know what to describe this. There's so many stories that have come out of this situation that happened to this young lady. Apparently happened last year. And a lot of people are calling her out, saying that she's lying because I don't know if she withdrew her case at the time and why is it coming out now. But there's a bigger picture to this story, which is women being allowed to travel alone. I'll take a quick tweet from a professor who reacted to the story, saying a lesson from this account of how staff of Warere Beach Hotel in Zanzibar raped and robbed a young woman is not women shouldn't travel alone. Women have a right to occupy public space. The lesson is society must assure women's right to be free and safe in public space. Tundu Abiola.
I agree with the tweet. For me, it's never about the individual when I'm sitting here to discuss something. It's about the issue. I read this article once about safe destinations for female solo travel. And I remember reading that thinking there's no such place, quite frankly. Women have to travel in packs. Even if you and I go out together, we'd probably go to the restroom together. And everybody giggles, oh, why do women go with their friends to the restroom? You guys want to go have a little gossip. No, we feel safer in a group because you know that somebody can pounce on you. You're walking home at night, you have to have your keys in your hand, sort of some kind of makeshift weapon in case somebody pounces on you. You'll recall the case Sarah Everard in the UK that was the beginning of the end of Cressida Dick's career. The woman was just attacked by a man as she was walking home from visiting a friend. We are not safe, and this is really, for me, the crux of the matter. You go to a hotel, you're expecting to be safe, somebody enters your room, and this has happened so many times to women who don't even feel comfortable with, raising any kind of alarm. For this exact same reason, you will be told you are lying.
Yes.
I don't think, if you want to trend on social media, there are myriad things you could do to trend on social media. She does not need to put herself through this. She was actually subjected to a physical exam in a hospital. How traumatic is that? So this idea that she's lying, is she looking for attention? Why on earth would she in this fashion? Something horrendous happened to this girl, and I think care should be taken. And it just is a warning for all of us. That solo, safe travel destination, I'm sorry, get a travel buddy.
Very well said, Tundu Abiola. Unfortunately, I cannot take your comments. That's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you tomorrow.